poppin', everybody? We're about ready to go up to my food plot, move a ground blind, work on the tree stand a little bit. You can see I got some tools here to get squirrely with, so let's go have a good Saturday afternoon. You guys ready to rock? Go do this. So we're here at my private land spot for deer hunting and turkey hunting in eastern Nebraska. And what we gotta do today is trim some branches by my tree stand for some shooting lanes, because you know archery season starts up here in 11 days and the freezer is empty, so I'm biting at the bit to get out and get some deer in the freezer. But we're gonna get this ground blind move it up to a new spot. So we're going to show you guys how to do, obviously you probably know how to do that, but I'm going to show you how I do it. We're going to get to it. So we're going to go up here and show you the food plot. Alright, so this is the food plot. I planted a Whitetail Institute throw and grow this year because I've had clover for 3 years in a row. And the clover is starting to get a little filled with weeds and stuff, you know. I didn't fertilize or anything like that, but I decided to come in here with this throw and grow. And we've hardly had any rain here in Nebraska, and look at it. I mean, it's growing pretty good down here in this shaded spot. It's looking pretty juicy for some deer to be eating on. You can look and see where the deer have been eating on it already. I mean, this looks really good, but let's get to it. All right, so this is old double bowl Primos ground blind. I've had this sitting here like since last hunting season, so it's held up pretty good, but we're gonna pop it down real quick and move it to a new spot, and we'll show you guys where that's at. It's just right up over the hill here, probably 20 yards, but let's get to it. Look at this growth on this Whitetail Institute no plow, or yeah, it's no plow. Yep, it's just great. I'll come up here and show you my tree stand here. Killed a lot of deer in this spot. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can just see where the deer are already hammering this stuff down already. So that's good. All right, so this food plot we made is in a U shape right through here. And I just showed you down there a little farther. That's where it started, but I got my tree stand right here. Show you that. I got my 20-foot tree stand right there. It's in a perfect spot because the deer come down from the north. They travel this fence line, and then they come down from the south and travel this fence line, come into my food plot and feed. I got a few trees here, you know, in my shooting lanes that I got to cut down, so I'll show you that here in a little bit too. Just kind of want to show you, this is the old honey hole food plot action. Fill in the freezer. I kill a lot of deer on this piece of property. It's only 10 acres. I mean, the house that I hunt, the house that's on this property is probably 80 yards away. These deer are city slickers that live in here. People feed them apples around here, if that tells you anything. We're probably about, I'd say 4 miles off the river, so you get a lot of big deer coming through here. I mean, I shoot a big deer off here probably every 3 years. I mean, 4 years ago I shot 190-inch buck during rifle season. There's some nice ones up here. Go get this blind pop down and get to it. The bottom part's doing great because it's in the shade, but this top part is doing decent, but we've just been so far behind on rain this year. It's just crazy, so what do? Compared to down there to up here, it's night and day. Get this darn stick out of my food plot. Don't need that. That's how it's done right there. All right, so we're gonna pop down this blind, move it like 20 yards away because September 1st it starts, and we got a lot of does showing up on trail camera. So let's break this blind down real quick. We got a wasp nest in there, and it's gonna have to come down. That's all there is to it. Try to avoid knocking down the wet wasp nest if I don't have to, but kind of had to in this situation. So because they're just good for the environment, you know, why ruin something that's good? Most people will get their can of Raid out with all kinds of poisons in it and spray them. Not my cup of tea. All right, so let's break this blind down. Old blind here. All right, so let's go take this thing and put it in the new spot. So we're just down from my food plot. You can see those trees right there. Right below those trees right there is my food plot. So we're not far from where we're at. I just want to get the line moved up where my trail camera's at, where all the does have been congregating. But we're gonna go over here and weed eat a spot and get this ground blind popped up and show you what we're doing here. Let's go figure out where we're gonna put this ground blind. You're gonna need an old steel weed eater for this job. Here we go, ladies and gents. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh. Oh, she's got gas. Alright guys, so I just weeded it. It's just easier to weed eat it, you know, so that way you can be more quiet in the blind and not cracking on everything. But now I'll go through and scrape all that stuff up and pop the ground blind up and we'll be ready to rock. Just gotta buff it out a little bit, you know. So that's all there is to that. Now let's go get the blind and pop it up. Check the old stealth cam, see if we got any critters on there. Let's go check it out. This year on my trail cameras, at this spot, I usually don't get no big bucks in velvet early season on trail camera, but during the rut, I get a lot of nice bucks starting to cruise through. But right now, we're just getting butterball does, and to tell you the truth, that's all I care about, because that's meat in the freezer and good eating. Tomahawk steaks. See, like, that's about the decentest one I got this year. I mean, he's a 3-year-old. You give him another 2 years, he's gonna be a giant. But I don't know, that's a trophy buck to some people. Shoot what you want to shoot, you know what I mean? I don't frown upon shooting little bucks. That's meat in the freezer. I mean, a little buck, it's just all different for everyone. Swhack them. All right, we're gonna slip the old SD card back in. We'll see what else we get. Just a lot of does, which I ain't complaining, because that's all I want. Can't eat them horns. One thing I forgot to do though, let's turn the old trail camera on. Live action. Like I said, I'll walk through. There's my tree stand right there, guys. And look at all this stuff that's growing up in the way. All in my shooting lane here, so I'm gonna start knocking this stuff down. Because if you don't, you ain't gonna be able to shoot a deer. You got to pay to play. Starting to look like Jurassic Park around here. All right, now we're gonna use the old saw. We're gonna cut these twigs off of this tree right here. Oh, it's starting to get out. All right, there's one. Let's get after this one. Timber! Whew. All right, last one here. Timber! There we go, live action. Ah. Woo! That was a close one there. There we go. There we go. That's all she wrote on that. Gotta love it. Hot. Here, let's climb up this old tree stand real quick. Ooh, that's a jumbo spider. You know, I trimmed down those branches there because that's where the deer usually like to come out at. When you're up in the stand, that totally blocked your shot. So yeah, that's all clear now. We're ready to swhack and stack, folks. It's gonna be here before you know it. I love being 20 foot up. Solid as a rock. Tight, tight, tight. That's what we want. Let's get this thing pop locking and drop it. All right, everybody, that's a bad mamma jamma right there. 11 days and deer season will be here. Be sitting in here and hopefully whacking a butterball doe. So stay tuned to the channel, give a thumbs up, and live action.